Hello everyone, and welcome back to Starfield. We're here on the ship, and so, last episode I had a special bonus, last time I had a special bonus episode where we did some ship decorating, and a special extra episode of ship decorating where I added like stuff for the ship. Made some walls here and there, did some things, added a door to my room, put some furniture, a little bit of furniture around in here. So that is what we've done. And I'm gonna continue doing things that way. I think from now on, whenever I need to do a lot of decorating all at once, I will just make an extra episode. Only this time...
How are you?
Hi. Only this time I'm not going to upload them at the same time. Last time I uploaded them on the same day, right at the same time, and unfortunately the decorating episode stole views. It robbed views from the actual episode, the gameplay episode. The gameplay episode hardly had any views compared to the amount that they usually get. The decorating video got all the views. So next time I do it, I'm going to be uploading the episode first, and then a few days later I'll upload the decorating video so that the episode has a chance to be watched as well. Hopefully that will help, because I understand not everybody has time to watch 2 hours worth of TV in one day, and you probably wanted to see the decorating episode first and then didn't have time to watch the regular episode. So I get it. I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit more time to watch both of them. I don't know when I'm going to do another decorating episode, but...
Hey, how's it going?
I think it'll be soon. Anyway, I did want to point out a couple differences from the end of last episode. I did change out the table that I used for this. I made it bigger so that there was room for the coffee pot, and then I put some mugs out. And I also put out just a couple things I had in my inventory on the shelves there. I think I need to move this water cooler because the characters, the NPCs come out of the door and they walk this way and they get stuck right here, and then they just walk against this. So I'm probably going to move that over. I don't know when.
You keep installing new cool things in your ship. It's like Christmas every day.
This up, and so that when it opened, I put a gun in it, and then when this opened, it covered up my thing, so I moved it up. And yeah, basically I think that's about all I did different off camera. So anyway, now we're gonna get to a normal gameplay episode for today. If you guys want to see how I did this and you didn't watch the decorating video, well, go watch it. I did it a couple weeks ago. It's just the decorating special for episode 59. I think it was 59. 39. No, we're not that far along. It's not 59. 39. It's episode 39's decorating special. If you guys want to watch that and haven't already done that. Okay. We are still here on Paradiso with its dead-looking trees. We are going to go do something. Now, what was it? We were going to go... Alright, there's an ominous ship in orbit above Paradiso. I should attempt to communicate with it. That was the thing that we did. That happened when we first arrived here. But we were on our way to something. We were on our way to the Red Mile. And I said, didn't I? I said next episode we would do the Red Mile. So I think I should stick to that. So we're going to be doing... there we go. The Red Mile. That's what we're going to do. All right. We shall go do that. Off we go.
All right.
We're locking into orbit now.
So that's the big old ship that they didn't know about. I mean, they don't know anything about it. And they want us to investigate. I wonder if we shouldn't just do that right now because we're here. If we leave here and go somewhere else to do something else, we completely forget about this. Right? I'll completely forget about it and then we won't be able to do anything. I think I want to do this. I know I said I'd go to the Red Mile, but this is right here, right now, and I don't want to forget about it. They made it sound like there was no recognizable construction. Like, this looks like there's some recognizable parts on this ship that look human. Alright, slow down. Alright, unidentified ship. Hail it. We need to hail them first. Okay. Oh, whoops. Hey, it turned my speed back up. I didn't want to get this close to it. Okay, I didn't realize there was going to be dialogue options. I accidentally clicked away. Let's listen to it again. Okay. Sorry, you're breaking up. Can you try a different channel? Okay. Hello, this is Jake Bridger. I wouldn't call it strange whines and groans, for sure. It doesn't sound like a groan. Okay. Well, obviously communicating with them isn't working, so I'm going to attempt a docking procedure and we can talk on board. Okay, stop speeding me up. I wish I would just leave it where I had it. I'm sitting here in space not moving, and that's what I want to do. Okay, docking. Let's dock.
Airlock integrity looks good.
Okay, we'll go see what's on board. Hopefully it's not aliens. I suppose I should get ready, just in case. Let's go. Right, okay. Weird how he just...
Captain Jake, hello.
Gets on board.
I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Where does he sit? Where does Vasco sit on the ship? Like, where is he located? That he would actually be able to get inside here. Like, I get that he's outside when we come out the main door, the boarding ramp. Because he could be, like, inside the loading bay area. while we're traveling, right? That's what I always assumed, he was just hanging out in there. But in order for him to be in here, he would have to come through the hatch. He would have to come through the loading bay, up into the ship, and then through this hatch with me. And he didn't do that, so it's kind of weird that he would just be standing here like this. Anyway. Well, look, they speak English at least. They speak English.
Weapons at the door.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile.
I the government. Now is the time for diplomacy.
Agreed. But we must be ready for it. Now. Eyes and ears sharp.
Alright, sounds like they're agreeing to be diplomatic. They're humans, at least, so.
You're human.
Yes. Human? I didn't know there were other options.
Oh, pardon my ignorance. We just didn't expect to find people out here. We didn't think anyone else left Earth before us.
Well, I'll be. This is like a time capsule. Except with living, breathing people. We have got to explore this ship.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader.
Telling him or me? Hi.
And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
Okay. Okay. I'm Dick Bridger, and I'm here to help you.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others.
Okay. Do the people on the surface of this planet that you're on, that you're orbiting? Like, how? Okay. I can't ask the questions I want to ask. There was one on the previous dialogue option tree thingy. How did you get her? Who are you? Whatever. I don't remember what it said. But I didn't choose that one, and now it's not available anymore. So, like, these people are really confused that there's, like, other people out here. How do they not notice?
Sorry. Do you have more to say?
Mm-hmm. How do they not notice that there's other people out in the galaxy? Like, why do we want to get away from the airlock? You know, those others are human beings, and they were here first. Well, 200 years, how did it take you so long to get here?
Ah, your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting.
Okay.
I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so they made the decision to leave when they did.
Okay. How did you survive for 200 years?
Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else.
Right.
Though it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous.
And yet, you all have very distinct ethnic accents. There goes my rant from last episode. Even though you've all been on the same ship together for 200 years, they would have actually created their own distinct accent that is unique only to this ship. And it would be a conglomeration of all their different accents. It would have completely changed and been different. Because they would have all gradually, just the kids would have learned the accent, the most dominant accent, or else or else they would just have the most dominant accent that was present on the ship at the time. Like, let's say most of them were British. They would probably still
If you don't need me anymore, I have a ship to run.
they would probably have a sort of British-like accent. It would be pure. It would be different from what it was originally, probably after 200 years. But if the most prominent accent on the ship was a British-type accent, then they would probably still speak something similar to that now. Or if it was any other type of accent, it would, but if it was like a super even mix of accents, they would probably all get muddled together over time, over 200 years. And they would have their own unique one. Anyway, okay, I'm not going to spend the entire episode ranting about that now. I just wanted to point that out, that would have been a cool thing to see, that they would actually even maybe have had a whole other, not just accent, but dialect.
No.
Like a dialect, because they would have developed idiosyncrasies in their own language, because they're completely separated from any other exterior influences language-wise. We might not even be able to understand them very well. That would have been cool. They could have written a whole lore thing about that, but that would have taken a lot of time. Anyway, so about the people on the surface? Oh wait, your communications didn't work. Why is that?
We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first.
Okay. So, you know about the people on the surface?
We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans.
Wow, okay. So those others are humans and that they were here first?
Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge.
Okay.
Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am, for security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
Just
Welcome
because
to
our
the Earth
equipment's
colony
old
ship Constant.
doesn't mean it won't work to take down
In the early
troublemakers.
2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened.
We've got strict
So
rules
he
out
gathered
there.
the best
They're
and
strict for a
brightest he
reason.
could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here.
Okay.
We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Just stay out of trouble.
I wish they wouldn't talk to me while I'm walking past.
Never seen a ship
hear
like
her.
yours before.
This whole place belongs in a museum. Heck, it is a museum.
So, here we are. Let's talk.
Okay. Suppose I have to click on you first.
No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
Okay. How long have you been captain?
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
That's a weird system. That the captain is a hereditary title, a hereditary position, instead of just being passed to the next qualified person, like the first officer, for instance. Like that's what they're for. They're there to take over if the captain is unavailable or dies, That's odd that they would make her the captain, even though she's a teenager and inexperienced. What, like, don't they have a first officer? I can't ask that question, though. So how's your crew holding up, then?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually.
Okay. So it sounds like you could use some help with your situation here.
Yes.
Well, she didn't even give me very much time to answer before she got impatient.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Okay. It's just this is stupid. It's just a single resort building on a planet. Just land on the other side of the planet and build a town. Like, how is this a big deal? It's a planet! It's an entire world. It's just stupid. Why can't I just take her down there and explain that this is more complicated than it needs to be? So, okay, sure. They want the same, I'll help.
Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
Oh, sure. Preferably one that favors the outsiders who are coming to take over. You wouldn't like it down there. They have dead-looking palm trees. I'll try, but diplomacy may require a compromise. Well, yeah, why not just find another planet? Well, no, if you had a claim to this planet, how could others settle here?
When we left Earth, there were no claims to planets this far out into space. We had assumed that we were the only ones attempting a generational journey such as this, meaning that there would be no need for a formal claims process. Regardless, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, did manage to file a charter for this planet's first colony to be named New Jamestown. According to his records, no one took it seriously when he filed it, so likely it was either ignored or the records were lost to the ages. Given humanity's lack of interest in colonizing the far reaches of space at the time, it shouldn't have been a problem. But again, here we are now.
Okay, so why not just find another planet?
Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet.
Trust me, there's better ones out there. Alright, well, I'll try, but diplomacy may require compromise.
Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
It's a whole planet! Can't you just share it? Yeah, there we go! Poor Rima 2's huge. Why not just settle on the other side of it away from the others?
We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
Oh my gosh, this is so stupid. Nobody would have this mindset. Nobody would have this mindset. It is an entire planet. It would take thousands of years for you to populate the entire thing. You can't make room for one stupid resort? This is so stupid. Who wrote this quest? Okay, but no promises that I'll be able to convince them of anything.
Now, it makes little sense to give up before you try. Thank you, and good luck.
I'm not giving up, I'm just being realistic, like you're not. You're absolutely not being realistic. They just come out of the blue and be like, oh,
Wow.
sorry, this planet is ours now. You have to leave because we can't share. It's not like, it's, where am I? I don't even know how I got here. I followed her. Oh, they have plants. Like, is that a soundtrack they have in here, or are there actual birds in here? So, like, this is aggravating.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside.
It's not, am I going the right way? I'm just trying to follow the, I don't even know if I came
People
through.
always appreciate the good engineering, whether they know it or not.
I don't know if I came through here. Is there a map for this? Probably not. No. I wish there was a map for this ship. I'm lost. Did we come down? I don't remember going up or down any stairs, so... The quest marker says to go this way, but
I've lived my entire life in the constant.
Okay, I got lost somewhere. I got lost along the way. I don't know where I am. Command bay. Medical bay. Engineering, command bay, lift, cargo bay. I don't think we came through the cargo. We didn't go up or down. We stayed on the same level, right? Okay,
The Constant is a peaceful ship.
completely turned around.
Don't change
now. I remember walking past this on our way to the ship, to the command bay thingy, command level. So.
Just stay out of trouble.
So, we went this. Okay, so then we went. I remember walking past that and seeing the trees, so we came from this direction. So we must come through this door. Then where did we go? The cargo bay? Did we come from? I don't remember going up. Maybe we did and I just wasn't paying attention. Oh yeah, no, we did. Now I remember walking up the stairs and I remember noticing that she skipped steps when she was walking up this steps, so.
The Constant is a peaceful ship.
I remember looking down there and seeing that, so here we are. Okay, made
Now
it!
that we know what's out there.
We made it. Alright.
Captain J.
Anyway,
Hello.
this is...
I am satisfied to see
stupid.
that you survived.
Paradiso
Having a good day?
better be okay with them just, you know... It's just one resort. If it was like a whole civilization of people down there, like towns and big cities and stuff, that's different, right? Where they have stuff all around the planet. Then an issue of sharing might be a problem. But it's just one small settlement, and it's not even a settlement, it's a resort, it's a business. So chances are they're not planning on expanding across the globe, right? They're just going to have their one little resort. There's nobody else down there, as far as I know. Unless I'm supposed to be talking to someone else, but it was the Paradiso guy who told me to come up here. And if the situation was different, this story would make sense. But as it stands right now, it doesn't make any
Clamps released.
sense. You know what I mean? It's just, it's annoying. Like, there's just this one thing. There's nothing else on this entire world. Look at, most of it is land. Most of it is land, not ocean. There's plenty of room for everybody. It's just... Rah!
Gear looks green. Ready to land.
help?
Nope.
Captain Jake, it
What?
is.
Okay, I get really tired of Vasco talking to me every time I walk past.
Paradiso security is only here for your safety. Pretend we're not even here.
Hello there, again.
Good luck handling this situation. Glad I'm not in your shoes.
Well, you're about to be.
Between you and me, that ship is the most exciting thing that's happened here in ages.
Okay. How come I can't tell him about it? Am I supposed to talk
Stay safe.
to somebody else? I thought I was supposed to talk to this guy again. Oh my gosh. Okay, where are we? Negotiate with Oliver Campbell. Oh, I'm supposed to talk to somebody else. Since the other board directors have the authority to make decisions, I should speak with him. Well, where's he then? He's this way. Is he
Enjoy
in
your stay,
this room here?
knowing you're in our capable hands.
Well, that door can't open. Move. Is he over here? Okay, he's over here. Okay. We'll go over here and talk to the dude. Ow. That hurt.
I'm fairly new here, so...
Only, not really. Alright. We'll go talk to the dude in the here and see what he has to say.
I'm here to help if you need it.
Hopefully he's reasonable. Sam, you can catch up, yeah? Why don't you use a mop, huh? Might be a little easier on the knees.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
Yeah, I kind of do. You have a problem with the ship in orbit, and I'm here to help.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
I don't know. Yeah, because this is an important question. I don't really care what they think about anything. I'm ready to go into the boardroom.
Sure. Have fun in the Shark Tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
Yeah, whatever. Shark Tank.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
Yeah, it's because your trees
I don't
are
want to
brown.
risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Blom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront in a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs, that sort of thing.
Well, boardwalk would be nice.
Sounds
Beach isn't
good.
very appealing.
I'll look into what that will cost us, and we can circle back around to this.
Okay.
If you've heard about us elsewhere, chances are it's because of me.
So what?
If it's not important, bring it up with Kiwi.
No, it is important.
You're lucky I'm not like the other board members, lazing about the beaches without a care in the universe.
I'd like to know where the Australian colony is. Okay, I understand that you are the man I need to talk to about the strange ship in orbit.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Giro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Okay. Let's just get to the matter at hand.
We're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about?
It's a generation ship full of colonists from Earth here after a 200-year journey.
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home.
That's a good idea,
We could
too.
even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Are you...
I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway,
Wow.
Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
This guy's a trip. Okay, so... why do I have to buy the grav drive? You don't make the diplomat pay for everything. Cease to exist. Are you suggesting I destroy the ship?
No, I'm not suggesting anything. Other than it would make our lives so much easier if that ship ceased existing. Make of that what you will.
You are some kind of guy. Okay, why can't they just settle on the other side of the planet or something?
We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with.
Oh my gosh.
And how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
Do you have here? You don't have a culture here. These are human beings and you're worried about landscaping? That's absurd.
Well, absurd or not, that's our official stance. I make the decisions that are best for our entire group. You don't.
Okay. So they can live here, but they'd be indentured servants?
Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff.
Oh my gosh. So wait, why do I have to buy the grav drive?
It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You.
Oh my gosh. Why can't we just let some other authority handle this?
We operate outside of the Free Stars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. And we'd rather not draw attention to it. As I've mentioned, it could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently.
Okay, well, apparently this is stupid. Okay. Whatever.
And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain?
What if after all this they continue to insist their claim to this planet predates yours?
They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Free Star Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave.
Okay. I have to choose right now? Why can't I just tell them all of the options? Just say I'll talk to them. Oh, this quest is making me so mad. Oh my gosh. Just let me go and tell them every single option and let them make up their mind what they want to do. I don't want to make a decision right. It's not up to me. It's up to them and you. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Why did I do this quest? Because I thought it was going to be actually interesting. And, you know, it sounded interesting.
Are you talking or not?
Now they're making it stupid. Having extremely stupid, unrealistic people that you just want to shoot in the face. On both sides. It's not just this guy. It's the captain up there. They're both really unrealistic. Nobody is like this. This is so dumb. Okay, sorry there, guys. I had a little bit of a recording snafu. Hopefully I didn't miss much. It just stopped recording. But I think I caught it before too much time had gone by. Anyways. Okay, yeah, I know. I'm getting kind of worked up over this, but it's just really frustrating because I like realism in games. I like things to make sense. I like characters in games to feel like real people, and these people are caricatures.
No worries, mate, but my time is valuable.
These are caricatures of people. They don't feel like real people. They don't act like real people. And it just really breaks my immersion. Like, if I was role-playing this quest, it would totally rip me out of the immersion of it, and that's no fun. I don't like that. This could have been a really interesting quest. It could have had real people with real concerns that you care about each side. In this case, I don't care about either of their sides because neither of them are making sense. I guess I care a little bit more about the settlers because they're not as stupid as these people, but they're still stupid. They're still everybody's just not real. They're not behaving real. They're not acting real. They're not. And so, and then the dialogue options are stupid. Like, I want an option to say, I'll go talk to them and see what they say. I want to do that. I don't want to make the decision here of what I'm going to tell them. Can I just exit out of the dialogue and go tell them thing?
Guess we're tabling it for now. Let's circle back around ASAP, though.
Yeah. Can I go tell them? No, see, the quest marker's still on him. I have to choose one of those options. I don't know if it makes any difference if I choose it here, because maybe it doesn't. Sam, get out of my way.
Mate. Loads more interesting things to do outside. I need to mill about in here.
I've been working
make some
on
time
a new
for
marketing
you.
slogan.
Keep it quick, yeah?
Don't just imagine paradise. Live it in Paradiso.
It's about the colony ship.
And you've made your decision? We can help them resettle here and work off their debt, or we can outfit their ship with a grav drive at your own personal expense.
See, I want to just tell... Oh my gosh. This isn't up to me. I'm an ambassador. I'm not the decision maker. I'm supposed to deliver the message from you to them. They decide what they want to do, not me. Now, I don't know if my decision here actually affects the outcome or not. It might not. The way that they have it presented makes it look like it will, because there's not an option to just say, I'll see what they have. I'll see what they want to do. They're making it look like it's up to me to decide, which makes absolutely no sense. It should not be up to me. It's up to them to decide what they want to do. And
no worries, mate.
So
but my time is valuable.
I don't want to just say I'm going to buy a grav drive and convince them to settle elsewhere, because then, like, what if, and I don't know if this is how it's going to be, but it might, what if that's the only option to tell them when I get up there? And I don't have the option to tell them about the settlement deal, or vice versa. That's my concern here, because that's what they're making it look like is going to happen. And telling him what I'm going to do makes it sound more final. You know what I mean? So they're putting me in a really stuck situation that doesn't make sense. It's not that I'm trying to make a moral decision here. What they're trying to do is make this a hard decision, a moral decision for me. They're trying to make it a hard moral decision to choose one or the other. But that's not what this should have been. This isn't that. It's not up to me to decide this. It's not. I'm just a messenger, and they should have let me stay a messenger. I could give my opinion, I could give suggestions about what they should do, but ultimately it should be up to them to decide what they do. I don't want to make them indentured servants, but I don't even know if I have enough money to buy a grab drive. I probably do, because I haven't been spending
no worries,
money
mate.
lately.
But my time is valuable.
I'll just tell them I'll buy a grab drive and convince them to settle elsewhere.
Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grab drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
See?
There's a lot of land out there for the taking. It'll be hard. Talk to anyone enlist. But it'll be theirs.
Right.
Right.
On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
I mean, it seems like the best option for them.
When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat.
Yeah, I noticed that. Are you wanting to chat about this? Probably not. Anyway, for the two options, that sounds like the better. At least they'll be free and they'll have their own space. I mean, making them indentured servants isn't something I want to do. But still, it's stupid that I have to make the decision right now. Why can't I go back up there, tell them the options?
When you get a moment, can we talk?
And then, whatever they decide, I can come back and tell the dude what they want to do. That's how that should have gone. That is what normal people would do in real life. Not have some stupid, arbitrary morality decision to make here. So, oh, he looked like he was wearing underwear there for a second. Only underwear, I mean. Okay, well, this planet is stupid anyway. Why would they want to live here? You wouldn't want to share a planet with these people.
Cora's already finished the pre-flight checklist. That's my girl.
So, I have a feeling it's going to be the only option. Oh, seriously? You're telling me about it over the intercom now? Sam, seriously? He sure likes things that I do. Like, his affinity is going really fast. We just talked to him in the last episode. And I haven't even hardly done anything. All I did was agree to help these people find a new home. That's literally the only thing I've done
locked in
since the last time I talked to Sam. How much affinity points did that give me? Look how slow I'm going. I don't have much in my engine going right now. That's all right. Okay. Let's dock. So I have a feeling, yeah, it's only going to give me the option to tell them about getting a new grab drive, and that I won't even have the option to tell them about the settlement deal.
I'm working
but
hard, Captain.
Maybe it'll,
You've got something for me?
Maybe it will surprise me. Maybe it will surprise me. I'm not hopeful, though.
Hi. Please disregard.
Okay, so let's try to remember which way to get to the bridge. This way.
Just because our equipment's old.
The stairs.
Work to take down trouble.
This way. At least there's signs, right?
We've got strict rules around here. But they're strict.
All right.
I've seen a ship like yours before. Well, then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Where is she? Oh,
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on out.
Captain's quarters?
Stay out of trouble.
Oh, are these all the captains? Boris Brackenridge. Alexander Brackenridge.
Imagine I've got some stuff on my mind.
Diana
when you have the time.
Brackenridge. Philippe Brackenridge. And Eliza Brackenridge. Oh, there's more over here. Wow. Jacinda Brackenridge. And Matilda Brackenridge. Over here.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it.
That's the first guy. And he must have had a son named Rupert, too. Their uniforms haven't changed in all these years. They have the same exact uniform. Okay. Except hers. Hers is different. So, they did change them in her generation, I guess, didn't they? Alright.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
Only if you... yeah. Anyway, hi.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
Now, hold on a second. It doesn't even let me tell her anything.
Safe travels to you.
Am I supposed to talk to somebody else? Oh. Wait.
The
Oh
Constant
my
is a
gosh.
peaceful
Is
ship.
that what it's gonna do?
Don't change that.
Hold on. I thought it was supposed to tell her the plan, because that's like the obvious logical next step in the decision-making process. But no. What is it telling me to do? Go to Hope Tech? Go to Hope Tech. Look it. I've decided to help them by purchasing a grav drive. It just gets worse. I can't even tell them the plan. I'm gonna go spend money on a grav drive without even telling them about it first. Okay, here I thought this quest couldn't get worse, and it has.
Sure is nice to know there are...
Wow. Wow. I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted, you guys.
We were never trained to address threats.
This has officially become the worst quest in this game that I have experienced
Just because our
so
equipment's
far.
old
Which
doesn't
way am
mean
I
it
going?
won't
This
work
way.
to take down troublemakers.
This has officially become the worst quest in this game. Yes, it has.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
Ugh.
Where I belong.
Okay.
I could really bend your ear when you got a moment.
Is there a way to go faster than the speed of light? And none of that grav tech cheating?
Actually, you guys.
Yes?
We don't have time to do the rest of this quest in this episode. That took a while for some reason. Probably just because I was ranting so much. I seem to just not be able to get away from the ranting lately, you guys.
Something you need?
And this one deserves it. My gosh. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it an episode. We will continue with this charade later. Let me know down in the comments what you think of it. And did you feel this way when you played it?
Yeah.
Or have you played it at all? And if you haven't, would you want to now that you've seen how stupid it is? I'm just, oh my gosh, I just can't believe this quest exists and they actually expect us to take it seriously. I don't know if this was meant to be a joke or what, but it sure feels like one. I feel like I'm being punked here. Anyway, alright, you guys, I need to go get something to drink and calm down. I got really worked up over this one.
Hey.
I think it's just a building pressure. Every time I play, it builds a little bit more and a little bit more. I don't know. I might snap at some point. This game might not be good for my mental health in the end. Anyways, you guys.
Yeah, what is it?
Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, remember to play safe, play nice, and have fun. Bye, guys.